Hamzambo family, welcome to the 54 Correspondence Show on the Black Fire Network on yet another wonderful Tuesday, being the 24th day of August, the year 2021. How is the day coming along? I would just like to say, Karibuni sana to the Black Fire Network 54 Correspondence Show. On this particular show, we get to discuss different issues that are taking place on the African continent. We get to update you on what is happening in the political sphere, the social-economic sphere, the environmental sphere, amongst other matters of concern to the people on the African continent and even in the diaspora. My name is Spikes. In case you're joining us for the very first time, feel very, very much welcome. In Swahili, we normally do say Karibuni sana, which simply is an emphasis on you all very, very much welcome. And like you said, this is a show we get to discuss different issues that are taking place on the African continent. So feel free to interact with us. You can send us an email in case you do have a question regarding any of the topics that we get to discuss right here. You can write to us at blackfireafrica@gmail.com. You can also interact with us on our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, Black Hot Fire, and also on Instagram, Black Hot Fire Network, and on our Facebook, Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Once you are on those particular platforms, you will be able to get a hold of us. You can tag us also on your post. Feel free to also tag us on your post if they pertain to do if they pertain with if they have anything to do with Black empowerment, Black unity, and of course Black development, whether be it on the African continent, in the diaspora, and globally. You can tag us on those particular posts that you get share, maybe perhaps on your social media. Before we even start, I would like to remind us that the Black Hot Fire Network website has been upgraded. So there has been some upgrades on our official website, which is www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Once you are on the website, please make sure you give a visit to the website. You give us a visit on the website. And when you are on the website, create your own profile on the network. And with that, you will be able to interact with the rest of the family. There's a lot to gain from the network. There is a podcast, there are blogs, there are videos, there is some music. There's a lot of things in store for you. And recently, there has also been an upgrade of our store. So on our store, you can be able to really buy some merchandise. We do have hats, we do have hoodies, we do have t-shirts, and we do have other different merchandises that will suit you, regardless of whether you are a gentleman or a lady. We want to welcome each and every one of us. Very, very soon, we shall start streaming our shows on the. Actually, we have started streaming the shows on the network. So I do believe on Friday and even other different days, you might not be able to find us on YouTube. We shall be on the network and also on the radio, because we are a network, not just a YouTube channel, and that is why we purpose to invite you to the network website. Like I said, it's www.black.farnetwork.com. And once you are on there, click on the show page, and then on the show page, you will find an icon or really a tab that you can click on, which is a please register. And when you register, it will be interesting to get to connect with you on that platform, because it's a platform where we are able to interact as a family, and there is not a lot of censorship on there. If you come to Facebook, or if you go to Twitter, or even YouTube, where we are right now, you might find censorship over different matters that you might be trying to speak on. But on the network website, there is a free space where people can get to engage, and where people can also get to talk on different matters and also enlighten each other, because we do say that iron sharpens iron sharpens iron, and no one really has a monopoly on knowledge. So therefore, you might have a knowledge on something. I also do have a knowledge on something, and when we come together on the network, we are able to sharpen each other, just like iron sharpens iron. And it's very, very important that we are able to come together as a Black people, regardless of whether you are in South Africa, whether you are in Namibia, whether you are in New Jersey, whether you are in the UK, whatever you might be in this world as a Black person. The invite is really open to you, with the agenda of getting back to a place of a global prominence as a Black people, and also uniting our people all over the world. I want to go into the first story for today. There is a matter that I want to share with us. There has been some elections last week. Was it last week or last but one? Yes, there were elections last week but one in Zambia. And the Zambian people decided to choose a new president. The former president, he was known as Edgar Lungu. He lost in the previous elections. It was conducted on the 12th. The elections were conducted on the 12th. That was last Thursday but one. And a couple of days later, I think about 4 days later, there was an announcement that the incumbent had lost. He was trying to cry foul, but when he did, people knew what time it was, and he said they had had enough of him, and therefore they decided they will not have him again. And they went out there and they voted for another new leader who is being sworn in today, who was actually being sworn in today, because the swearing-in ceremony was happening today. He is known as Hakainde Hichilema, and he has taken his oath of office as Zambia's president in front of cheering crowds at the Hero Stadium in the capital city of Lusaka. Lusaka is the capital city of Zambia. Zambia is a South African country which borders Zimbabwe and also borders Botswana. And it's a Southern African nation, which was formerly a territory of Cecil Rhodes, who had actually named it as Northern Rhodesia, because there were two lands run by Cecil Rhodes. One of them was Southern Rhodesia, which is the present-day Zimbabwe, and now we do have the Northern Rhodesia, which is the present-day Zambia. These are free republics, or these are free sovereign countries who are trying to run their affairs and are trying to better the lives of the people. But the ceremony was attended. The ceremony was actually attended by so many dignitaries. Actually, from Kenya, we did have the former Prime Minister of Kenya. Now he is known as Raila Odinga. He also did get to travel to Zambia. I believe he was representing the government. He was representing the people of Kenya in that particular oath. And he has been sworn in. I will just share with you a little bit of what was happening in the kind of an atmosphere surrounding this swearing in. The people of Zambia have a lot of hope. They are thinking that with the election of a new president, there will be some changes in terms of, for example, economic recovery, employment, and opportunities for the young people, for the women and the men of that particular country, and also the matter of curbing corruption, because corruption has also been a very, very big giant that has actually destroyed this nation. And if you look at this, let me show us a little bit of what was happening. You will see these on CNN. There were so many people out in the street. Some of these people look like comedians. If you do ask me, some of them look like clowns. because they do not even realize that the country itself is not free. The Chinese, the Zambian people have a very, very big debt owed to the Chinese. And therefore, even if there is a new president who is known as Hakainde Hichilema, even if he is a new president voted in, there might not be the fast tracking of the economy in an easy way because of the matter of the debts that had been cut by the former government led by Edgar Lungu. I understand that among the countries on on the continent of Africa with the highest Chinese debts, these include Zambia, they also include Angola, they also include Kenya, they also include Ethiopia, and I also do believe Zimbabwe also does have a lot of Chinese debt, and therefore it might be very, very difficult. It's not yet time for them to start celebrating, because they are really not out of the woods, and I do not see them getting out of the woods for a very, very long time. You will see them here very, very much happy celebrating. And during the swearing in of the new president who is taking over from Edgar Lungu, and he was inaugurated earlier this morning, and the event was attended by leaders such as the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu. There was also the president of Malawi, who is known as Lazarus Chakwera. These are some of the dignitaries from the region that did attend the swearing in of the new president. And like I said, for the Kenyan president did not attend. But he was represented. He is represented by other delegates who did go in to see or to witness the swearing in of this new president. But like I was saying, it's the same case of puppet leadership on the African continent. For example, when it comes to addressing the matter of the shot or the jab, you will realize that when it comes to doing that, it's the same. It's just like a circle that has been sent out to different African countries for them to follow. When it comes to the COVAX program, you will find that I believe all African countries are still waiting to be given that the millions of doses from the COVAX program. And these doses, I do believe, people will be coerced to be taking these doses. For the people who do not know what time it is and what is happening with the global agenda, they will find themselves going for these vaccines, and their leaders that have been put there as puppets will make sure that the global agenda has been implemented, or the global agenda has been pushed, and they have already sold out their people when it comes to the matter of these whole global planning. So I do see also this happening for Hakainde Hichilema, who is a new president of Zambia. And like I said, he was sworn in this morning, I believe about 2 hours ago, 2 or 3, no, not 3 hours ago. That was about 4 hours ago. That is when he was sworn in. And of course, Hichilema it's not the very first time that he has aimed at becoming the president or the leader of Zambia. He has tried about other 5 rounds before he won. And it was a stunning turnaround for the politician because he spent several months in prison in 2017 for what was widely seen as a political crackdown. And they said it was motivated by treason charges. He was accused of treason against the state, and then the charges were dropped under intense international pressure because Edgar Lungu came under the scrutiny over the international government, and so he let Hichilema go. So apart from that, he has also vied a couple of other times, like I did say sometimes back, and these sorts of gives hope to African leaders. It gives hope to people who aspirants, people who aspire to be leaders. I am not saying that this particular whole campaign and the way the election was conducted was 100% free and fair. What I am saying is that, when people see an incumbent leader like Edgar Lungu, who is seen to hold the whole machinery of the election being defeated, more people are emboldened, and they see there is a chance, they see there is a possibility under which people can actually now get into power by themselves or by support of the people. Because in Africa, you will find people for a very, very long time, they have been taught about democracy. We all know about democracy. Democracy, for me, I do say democracy is really an ideal. It's just like you have heaven. You have an ideal, and you have this particular, everything is fine, everything is all good, people are living well and other things like that. But when you go to the reality of the day, if you go to the ground and get the reality of the day, you will find that democracy does not work really. We did see with Nigeria. Nigeria also did happen to have the incumbent winning, that is Muhammad Buhari, and the people, the notion or the concept of democracy really was shown for what it is. And also you have seen what did happen with the states last year. With the states, we did have a Trump who also was crying a fall. In Africa, it's not common that you find an incumbent president crying fall, saying that there has been irregularities or there has been some rigging with the election, because he is understood to be the one who is in full control of the full control of the whole electoral machinery. So most of the time, you will find that the things go in favor. Things go in favor of the incumbent president. But nonetheless, moving away from Zambia, I want to go I want to go into something else that has happened. This time, I want to take you all the way into Nigeria. In Nigeria, there has been one of these royal weddings, and this is a wedding of the son of the president of Nigeria. Some people do say that the royal weddings are actually conducted in the UK. But before we did have royalty in Europe, we did have royalty in Africa, and you can actually go back into history and I realized that also the concept of royalty also came out from Europe. Came from Africa. We did have the ancient Kemet, and in ancient Kemet, people were living like loyalty. We did have the king, the queen, and we did have different leadership structures for different kingdoms right after those. But one of the things that stood out is this particular wedding that was conducted last weekend, and this is the wedding of the son of Buhari. I know that Nigeria is very, very corrupt, and Nigeria, I think it's the most corrupt country on the African continent, perhaps maybe followed by maybe Kenya, and also Angola. I think Angola, Nigeria, Angola, then Kenya, and then you also go to South Africa, and also some other different countries that you will find. So what was happening is that some people only know. There's an echo on your end.
All right, go ahead.
Some people only know about royalty when they hear about Prince Harry and Marrying Meghan Markle. There are some people who did come from the African continent, maybe from Nigeria, going into the UK to go and see the wedding. People who are not even really invited. People just wanted to fix themselves and just have a taste of royalty. But in Africa, the concept, or let me just call it the concept of royalty, also was seen in Africa in places like in ancient Kemet. You would find people living very, very nicely, the king and queen, and also even not just in North Africa in Kemet. We also did have in places like West Africa. We have talked about the Benin bronzes. The Benin bronzes were actually decorations in some of those palaces where people used to live. And so you cannot tell me we did have Benin bronzes decorating palaces, and in those palaces there wasn't, people are not living like royalty. That is exactly what was happening. So there was a wedding over the son of Buhari. I was saying Nigeria is very, very corrupt. So I suspect most of the money that has been used in these wedding is the money that has been stolen by the political elite.
I'm sure most of the money came from the people. And
yes,
Jovi yesterday, yes, I like the royal wedding. I want to be married. I'm going to be married royally. A crazy ass.
That's a crazy ass talking about. You also do a royal wedding. Go ahead and do it. But so what I was saying is that there were so many private jets, and I was sharing a little bit of that. The elite came in, and also people.
But let me explain some. Like I tried to call in, but the phone wasn't working or something. The reason why you got more traditional still in West Africa, East Africa was attacked more for a longer period. So a lot of East Africa lost its culture because it was under attack longer. That's why. So you're asking how does West Africa still maintain a lot of its culture? It wasn't under attack as long as East Africa. East Africa sits next to Asia and these other motherfucking wicked ass motherfuckers coming in. So Eastern Africa had been under longer attack, Spike. That's why. So that's how the culture eroded in East Africa. You see more in West Africa didn't start being under attack until later on. So you guys were East Africa was under attack longer. So the traditions fell away.
Also in West Africa, some people did try to hold on to them, because if you go to Uganda, there was the Baganda kingdom, and the Baganda kingdom, there was a king and a queen, and there was that particular kind of a royalty system as well. It held intact.
But the royal system came from Africa, and everybody else copied it.
I agree. That is 100%. I agree with you. But I'm saying even till today, I think if you go into Uganda, I wish I would be able to ask Maria. Even if you to go into Uganda right now, you might still find that particular kind of system locally. You know, they have some chiefdoms. If I might call them chiefdoms, you will find them there. But this is a royal wedding.
Yeah.
This is a royal wedding that did take place over the weekend, and I can tell you that money was spent on this particular wedding. If you can see the private jet.
You like that wedding, Spikes. You know you like that wedding. I didn't know nothing about it. You know you like that wedding, Spikes.
I'm just saying I'm proud in the way they also, you know, give something. Sometimes they say the royal families also give some kind of what can I call it, some inspiration to the commoner. You know, I don't want to say the commoner, but they were giving inspiration to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's put African people in a positive light. And African people do need to see themselves not always impoverished, not always fucked up. It shows African people in a royal setting. I understand what you mean, Spike.
Yeah, so there were about 70 private jets that landed in Kano because it was conducted in the northern Nigeria. So about 70 private jets landed in Kano yesterday, in which they have attended the wedding of Fatiha over President Sani Yusuf Buhari and the Emir of BT's daughter Zara Bayero. You can see that the jets are flying in and they are not playing.
That just lets you know how corrupt African, all these private jets. I bet ain't nobody had to take no vaccine and nobody's wearing no fucking mask. But it lets you know how corrupt Africa is. There's money for private jets, but there's no money to pay people. There's no money to develop no systems in Africa. There's no money for none of that shit. But there's plenty of money for private jets and partying. Hey, party, party, party.
You're actually very, very right, because right now what is happening is that doctors in Nigeria are actually there is a brain drain. There is a brain drain happening right now because the doctors are in Nigeria are moving to Saudi. They are actually being taken to Saudi Arabia and Dubai.
They're not getting paid. Nigerian hospitals are some, Nigerian doctors are some of the best. I think they are the best in the world, considered the best in the world. They're not getting. You can't be no surgeon and make $10 a month, Spikes. You can't be no surgeon, Spikes, making $10 a month, and you got these other bastards driving around in a private planes. Here's your $10 surgeon. Let me get my private plane. Party, party, party.
They are never paid on time. They are never paid on time. So that means that they will also not be able to continue working, and they will go to the UK. If they are not going to the UK, Nigerian doctors will find their way into Saudi Arabia and also Dubai. Those are the two countries that are poaching Nigerian doctors at a big number. I think every year there is a recruitment that happens. There is a recruitment that goes on in Nigeria, and this recruitment is conducted by Saudi.
The Nigerians are some of your best doctors on the planet. Yeah, fuck all that shit. The Africans are stupid. People know the Nigerians are some of your best doctors, period, on the planet. So if you're gonna pay $10, how am I gonna stay in Nigeria? I gotta go. I can't stay here making $10. I'm a damn surgeon, Spikes. Damn it.
So what has been happening right now is that there was a question. There is a very big question as to why these Nigerian doctors are leaving for Saudi Arabia and other different countries. The answer is just like Keith put it. It's because of the pay. Mostly the pay is very poor. So on this particular article, this is a national hospital in Abuja, but there is a question why are Nigerian doctors are leaving for Saudi Arabia and other countries. There is a recruitment that takes place almost every other year. I think for the last 3 or 4 years. And this has to do with the Saudis coming to into Nigeria, and when they are there, they conduct like what can I call it? Like a recruitment, like a mass recruitment exercise of sorts, and they give these particular doctors from Nigeria the best deals. And when these deals are laid on the table, compared to what the government is giving,
you got a government that doesn't care about its people. You want to pay your doctors to take care of your own people. It's the self-hate factor in Africa that was given to us by colonial powers. You won't even pay your doctors well enough to take care of your people because you don't give a shit about your people. And that's the scary thing in Africa. These leaders out, they don't give a shit about African people. They're puppets, and they're dangerous puppets because they don't care. They actually hate African people. From Kenyatta to Bahani to goddamn Copa, they hate African people. They hate us. That's what the behavior shows. Go ahead, Mike.
Most of these leaders are talking about the puppet leaders have been raised in the UK and they have done their studies in the UK or in Europe. So that is why they could not care less about the African people. But this is what was happening.
Like Dr. Mummy said, all of them are scared now. They scared. They all been told they better shut the fuck up with this thing. Dr. Mummy had me laughing the other day on a video. These African leaders, I know they scared as hell. They've been told you better shut the fuck up or we're gonna kill you. These puppets have all got their marching orders. I start laughing. Dr. Mummy had me laughing. All these puppets have got their marching orders, Spikes. Go ahead.
I was trying to look for the video that I was talking about when Museveni went off script, but I'll try play today. So I was saying this is what has been happening in Nigeria.
Did you find this, Spikes? Did you find
I'm saying I was with Jody. I'm trying to see if I can also find it on this show. But I was going back to Nigeria and saying that in Nigeria, this was in 2018 when someone wrote this particular piece. But even this week, there has been a recruitment exercise happening. This is 3 years: 2018, 2019, 2021. These are about 4 years of recruitment exercise by the Saudis. So this guy says, whoever wrote this particular article, this is what he said. I accidentally met over 200 young male and female medical doctors, including consultants, in a Hawthorne Hotel, Abuja, being interviewed by some Saudi Arabian officials to be employed to work in Saudi Arabia. At first, I thought it was a conference taking place in the hotel where I had visited as a guest. I saw an Arab gentleman addressing a mammoth crowd at the lobby of the hotel, asking them loudly to go and come tomorrow. I curiously asked a lady who appeared dejected and was waiting with a file in her hand what was happening. The lady told me that they were all medical doctors who were in the hotel since 7 a.m. for an interview for employment, and that over 100 of these medical doctors had been successful. The rest were told to go and come tomorrow for the continuation of the interview. So you can see these are all brain drain now. If these 100 of them will be taken to Saudi, and then tomorrow another 100, and then the next year.
That Nigeria is richer than Saudi Arabia. The real thing, Nigeria is actually richer in oil wealth than Saudi Arabia. So how the fuck can Nigeria pay its goddamn doctors? And you gotta leave your country, go to a racist ass Saudi Arabia. Make no doubt. Saudi Arabia is racist as shit.
True. And you were talking about domestic workers, but now there's not domestic workers going into Saudi and being mistreated and abused. Now it's even the doctors, and the doctors will also get a treatment like the sense and racist treatment that even the domestic workers have been getting in Saudi Arabia. So unless the government,
I don't think the doctors get the same kind of treatment because they're professional. I don't believe the doctors get the same kind of treatment because they're professional. But they'll be told to shut the fuck up when they see the abuse of African people. They'll be told, you shut your damn mouth. You're a visitor here. You don't got no right to. Don't worry about how we treat other Africans, right? And like you said about Museveni, why hasn't no African country come to the aid of Haiti, an African Caribbean island? But you're gonna take these fucking Afghans who are not your people, are racist and shit. Why don't you go help your own people? Because white people told you don't help the goddamn Haitians. That's why. White man told you don't you help these goddamn niggas. And you have and not one African nation, just like Mozambique, except for when you had Tanzania, a real leader, before they killed him. He's the only one said, yeah, we gotta help Mozambique after that hurricane. Where were the African leaders? You had one groupie nigga, I'm gonna give money to China for COVID-19, even though I'm impoverished. We're gonna give money to the Vatican. To Notre Dame, to the France, to restore Notre Dame. The fuck are you talking about?
That's kind of an nonsensical thinking we do have with African leaders. They want to go help put in money. I think that was 2 million towards fighting the corona in China. I don't know how much they contributed for Notre Dame. I'm not sure how much they contributed.
And they ain't no money for their own country to fight this shit. his own country fucked up and dying and ain't getting no money to black people in his own goddamn country. No good bastard. You got people that were raised as leaders who hate African people.
Yeah.
These are just facts.
True.
That's why they all been raised in Europe, brought back, installed in these countries. Ramaphosa, because they all had European education. And the whole thing, Europe has taught you to hate each other, hate African people. Why the hell would you extend sanctions for the Afghanis, but not fucking Haitians? Who are you? You look, that's why we done got no respect around the world.
Hmm.
Your own people dying in an earthquake. You know, yeah, I might help the Afghanis. What the fuck are you talking about?
That is coercion with Museveni speaking out on that particular matter.
Yeah, at least you said that, Spike. At least he knows you don't really want to take these motherfuckers, but he's being forced. Said, nigga, you'll take them, we will invade your black ass. Say terrorists came in there and they killed you, and we'll have your body drugged to the street. All right, we're gonna take these Afghanis in. Welcome, Afghanis.
They will be hugging the Afghani refugees all day as they build them an amusement park. Yesterday we were saying the Afghanis will not be taking any trips to an amusement park.
They better have no music. They better have no music parks in Uganda. They're gonna burn them down. Spikes. You niggas are not allowed to ride no rides. But you're a visitor here. So what? We're taking over. You black people, let everybody take over your places. Yes, but there will be no rides in Uganda.
So what does I will try to find that video. If I'm able to play it, I will play it. But that is exactly what has been happening. But nonetheless, I want to go back. I want to go back into the matter or the topic of the day. Sometimes last year, was it last year or last year, but one in 2019, I believe Ghana put out the invitation of the African in the diaspora to come back, coordinate the year of return. And some people, of course, are calling it just a PR move because
that was it. It was not followed up by. Well, it was a smart PR move. It made Ghana a lot of money. The smart moves and the dumb moves. So it made Ghana some money. I don't know about no other African country would figure that out. Like, hey, African Americans, you got money, or African British, come home to Ghana and give us a lot of tourist dollars. God damn it! Go ahead, Spike.
And we did see like of Steve Harvey taking the tour. I think also have what do we call him? We do have a TI also doing a tour. We did have who were some of the other notables. There was a different individual celebrities, if I might call them so, who did take a tour to Ghana. But the thing is, it was not only
African American coons taking a tour. It was a coon fiesta in Ghana. It was a coon fiesta.
Everyone was running. I think even Ashanti did. But what was happening with that particular thing is that it was not followed up by visa, not for the visas. It was not followed up by citizenships. You know, I did not hear big numbers of people.
It wasn't gonna be followed up by that. It was followed up by get this damn money. It wasn't followed by no damn citizenship. That wasn't the ideal. Idea is to get this damn money and use it as propaganda. Don't you long for Africa? They stole your ancestors away. Africa's calling for you. Like it's calling. Come back home and see your culture. Oh shit, okay. I'll come back home. Everything was all expensive. Gotta raise all their prices and shit. Hotels used to cost $200,000, that's $1,000 a night. All this old crazy shit.
People were actually lied into believing that that was a real. There wasn't. They did not follow it up with offering a visa. But I think other African countries should have actually done something. I think also Tanzania should have, or even not just Tanzania should have also been another country offering.
You gotta understand the Europeans say no, don't you? No, hell no. Remember the whole thing was never allow Africa and the diaspora ever unite. That's still in effect.
Yeah.
Because the African in the diaspora is more aggressive. He's like, hey man, we need to get some shit going on. You got all the money. Why are these roads all fucked up? What's going on with the money? So even the African leaders don't want these aggressive ass diaspora and they're overthrowing their ass, upturn that. Most African people hate to say it, pretty docile. So they'll go along with a lot of bullshit until they don't. But they'll put up with more bullshit than any people on the planet. Put us up, Spikes. So you buy information of the truck drivers in Australia shutting down the country. Put it up. Say Australian truck drivers shut down country. Say, we're not taking your wicked ass vaccine, and we'll shut down this month. We'll destroy the country. So you won't get that in Africa. Africa, like, oh well, it's okay. What's the government? They're kind of doing bad things to me, but I'll try to work through it, and it's okay. Like, what are you talking about? You probably gotta go duck. I think you gotta go duck for this, Spikes. I think you gotta switch over to duck.
Let me see if they have it also here before I go to duck.
Yeah.
So this is what is on the Daily Mail. They say Australian truck drivers are prepared to stage a COVID protest by blocking every highway. They are not playing around, and I see it on the Australian. They do have it right here also on the Australian. They have it on the truckers Australia as countries succumbs to COVID insanity.
They said they're gonna block every highway.
Yeah, they just get these on opinion on the Daily Mail. See what was happening now with the truck drivers deciding they will be shutting down these whole nation. So truckies vow to block every major highway into every state during a radical anti-lockdown strike as they urge Australians to stop to stock up on groceries. That is, they know what is going to happen because the Australians will also not be able to get their own supplies because things are going to get crazy. And this will also spill over into all these other neighboring countries. I don't think this is just in Australia. Even in European countries, this will happen. So they claim the truck drivers are going to shut down the logistics in Australia, but I think that was before it happened. Let me see when it actually happened.
They're doing it now, Spike. They're doing it now.
Yeah.
They're shutting down the whole country. Go ahead, Spike.
No, I do see there's a video circulating on social media. The man now wants Australians to rush out to grocery stores and buy food for the next 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let me see. For the next 1 or 2 weeks, people have been told to go out there and get their supply.
You're not going to have no excuse. Then you'll starve. Go get your shit now.
They have been warned, and if they're thinking it's a joke, let them try them. If they think it's actually going to be a joke, let them try them. I wasn't able to see that video. I wish I could see that video. I wasn't able to see that video, but I understand there's a video that shows the message or shows one of the truck drivers are showing or telling the people what they are going to do. I wish I would have seen it, but I haven't seen Australian truckies. Let's see how this plays out. This was on Twitter. Let me see if I can find these on Twitter as well. But yes, anywhere in the world, people need to be very, very much aware of what is happening and make sure they stock up. Yesterday, we were talking about survival skills. If someone really has not been able to get together their survival skills, then it means that you shall be among the people that will be perishing.
That's why we got the social platform, the social media platform.
Yeah.
Coming tomorrow so we can share survival skills and everything we need to learn how to do without being censored, Spikes.
Exactly. That is exactly what we need.
I put enough money into it. We'll be able to do everything Facebook can do, we can do it and even more. Go ahead, Spikes.
I'm saying tomorrow it's set to be ready. Is it tomorrow or next Wednesday? I bet it was supposed to be ready tomorrow on Wednesday. Is it tomorrow or next week?
Tomorrow, Spikes. Tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow, Wednesday, that will be up, and we shall engage the family in testing it out, and also getting the feedback on the same. Strong Armstrong, you're saying peace, Spikes, and I keep peace to you too. I hope that you're also getting your survival skills together and also your supplies, because shit will turn all the way south, just like it has done in Australia. And the Australians are really not joking around. They are not waiting and being reactive. They are actually being proactive, and they are not waiting until the government.
They're proactive. Well, your government's an enemy of the people. They've been
which
proactive. Exactly right.
Yeah, which is something different than what is happening right here in Africa. In Africa, you will find people being very reactive. In Africa, you will find people being very reactive and are just waiting to see what happens with the government or to see what happens with this and that. And but let me share this video here. I will be sharing this video here real quick. Let me show you what's happening with the situation so that you can see what he was actually letting them know and why he has to warn them really early in advance, because he has an idea what is planned ahead. And people might look at him crazy thinking, oh, these guys are joking around, or this guy is this and that. But he is about the business. And let me share this real quick, and then we shall talk about what is happening with Ghana and why Ghana has hosted or has welcomed the Tulsa race massacre of Oklahoma. 100 years. I was talking about what Biden ought to have done, but he didn't do. And we know Biden does not really care that much if there is any reparations or compensation for the families of those people that were killed.
But it's another good move. It's another good PR move to get the Tulsa Africans over to Ghana, give them citizenship. It looks good.
Yeah.
And they're gonna die soon too. One's 109, other one's 101 or some shit. That looks good. Have them over in Ghana, watch Ghana. Welcome back home.
That is what they are doing. That is what they are doing. They are pretty old, but I'll share the video right after this particular one of these truckies in Australia, and see what they were saying.
You need to go shopping now. Get what you can for morning Australia, as you see. I just fucking woke up. We've been talking to everyone around the world. Everyone around Australia. It's on. The truckies are doing it. We need you and everyone else to support, to watch this video, hand it up, and let everyone in Australia know that the truckies are going to shut down the country. What that means is you need to go shopping now, get what you can for the next week or two, load your fridge, freezers. The truckies are coming and they're going to pull this country down, and we're all going to do it together and remove the shit government. The vets are in, the truckies are in, I'm in. I'm willing to go to jail to save my country and my children. If you want to do this, you've got to do it together as one. A new video has just been sent out about Fauci admitting that they got money from China to do the research fund, which I'll put up on my TikTok page for everyone to go have a look at. They knew it was a poison. So every government who bought into Pfizer, and even says on the contract that we've been sending out to everyone, they know it's poison. Do you want to poison the rest of your family? Ignore this message. If you don't want to poison your family and you're a smart person with a heart and a lot of common sense, you'll pass this on. Right.
That is one of, I think, the truckies who really was talking about what is happening. And if you're dumb enough not to know what is happening, he did tell people, go get your supplies of about 1 week or 2 weeks, because it's going down. He also said that the vets are actually in on it as well. So that might be the way to also be waiting and being reacting. And that is what is happening in now. So you know about it. Okay, do you think this would also happen in a place like France?
I think it's gonna happen in France. I think they'll try to stop it down in France. France is smaller. It's gonna happen. Look, people need to wake up and understand this, that this is a bioweapon to deal with. They know now. They know. That's why the mainstream media are turning meters. So they're gonna try to shut down all the damn website. Too much information is coming out now. They know what's going on the planet. I hate to say most Negroes don't. Negroes usually smoking, drinking, partying, and doing dumb nigga shit. That's what black people do. They do dumb nigga shit. Be the most moronic people on the planet. I hate to call it that. But right now, if you don't know, you'll die. You'll die. They want to implement, I told this, now you see the New World Order is real. The Illuminati is real. No more conspiracy theories. The country shit is the illusion. Ain't no country. Can't control it all. So now what you saying, hell, These people say, hell, is it? Because this is about humanity. They want to wipe us all out. This is what it is. Playtime is over.
And right,
Go ahead,
you know,
Spike.
you you said, on the continent, we are not waiting on our idea now reacting, but I don't think there's a time to play. I do think in Australia they do have the matters in their own hands, and it's actually supposed to be like that. The government will have a very, very tough time trying to, you know, rally these people or put them behind whatever.
They're doing it right now. So they were in the street, Spike, Saturday, beating up horses. You know how police be on the horses? They were on there knocking horses in the mouth. Knocking police out these horses, hitting the horses in the mouth. They out there fighting. They die. They know what's going on now. So the trucks have already started, Spike. They're already on the road, shutting down the whole country.
And the Australians are busy in the countries are putting in the work while the Taliban are busy doing their amusement park rights. But nonetheless, family, let me take you back to this particular story of Ghana. And I was saying that Ghana has really welcomed the survivors of the Tulsa race massacres. Like he was saying, they are really, really old. I'm not sure how long they would be able to enjoy these particular kind of hospitality in Ghana, but nonetheless, that does not stop them enjoying this particular invite to this country. Let me share this particular whole program. I do believe has been facilitated by one of the networks, which is known as the Truth, the Black Truth. The Black Truth Network. But let me share a little bit over this video. My computer seems like it's frozen again, but let me get this video and I'll show you what that is all about in Ghana. These are two individuals that are known to be the last surviving Tulsa race massacre survivors. There are two of them. I do believe one of them is known as Fletcher, and her name is Fletcher. If I pronounce that particular one correctly, her name is Fletcher. And they have been invited, and they have done a tour. They have taken a tour to Ghana, which is the very first time that they have been on the African soil. They have never been in Ghana any other time. So this is the very first time that they have had the opportunity for them to go and tour and feel, have an encounter with Africa, if I might call it so, or have an encounter with the motherland. And I don't know whether it was on one of their wishes or on their bucket list, but I do believe if anyone that is truly focused on connecting with their roots, a tour like this is nothing to pass on. Kid has organized tours like this on the with the Blackwood Fan Network to Rwanda, to Tanzania, and anyone who gets the opportunities such as this, I think it's life transforming, if I might call it so. It really just transforms your thinking. It transforms how you feel, and also
it is like transforming. It's good to go back and see, like, damn, that looks like James over there at the corner store. You're in Tanzania. That dude looks like James at the corner store. Shit, back in Chicago. That's your people.
Yes.
Go back and know these your people.
No, you are there, and you also get that connection with the people. You will not find a bunch of crazy Mzungus all over you. You will find people similar, people just like you, people who are you. And you are that kind of it warms your heart really, if I might call it so. It warms your heart really. I think that is a kind of an experience.
It does, Mike. It does. It warms your heart. Exactly right.
That is the kind of an experience that we did have at Zima and sharing, and also the rest of the family that did to Africa for the very first time last year, and also last year but one with the Blackwood Fan Network tours. So for them, yes, Ghana has been a home, and it has been welcoming. Like I said, in 2019 there was a year of return. So many people did make a tour to
don't get me wrong, I love Ghana. I love Ghana. This too many white Jesuses for me, but I love Ghana. I do love Ghana. You can't go nowhere. That's what Joe. It's just like kids. You can't go nowhere in Ghana without falling into one of these churches.
Yeah, we all find so many of them. Even the statue, there was a statue that was put of the Jesus, the angel, and the white man statue. I think they took it down. It was, I think, in one of the Catholic. It was one of those Catholic statues that had been put, but they brought it down. I do believe even Stevie Wonder also say that he said last year that he's also considering moving to Ghana permanently and raising also moving with some of his family to Ghana for those that might be interested moving with him. So I'm not sure how that one is going on for him, but Ghana has welcomed the survivors of the 1991 Tulsa race massacre, and it's actually a good thing to see, because I hope that they are also, when it comes to also reparations and also really resettling people, I think that the African government should also take it upon themselves also some of these the programs, put in place programs where they can be able to also. Sorry, go on, come again. I didn't hear you.
Sent you. Play the video I just sent you through Messenger. I haven't watched it yet. It's some shit that Joe sent to me. Play it and see what's on it.
Okay, just a second. Let me just.
All right, go ahead.
So the Ghana, the Ghana survivors are from a 1921 race massacre. These includes Viola Ford Fletcher. That is her name. She's 107 years old, and her brother Hughes Van Ellis is 100 years old. The two are the last non-living survivors of the 1921 racist massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And like I said, this is the first time they're stepping on African soil for the tour in Ghana. And the visit is part of a homecoming campaign that has been organized by the social media platform, which is known as Our Black Truth. I don't know more about Our Black Truth. I have not heard about them before. Heard about them before. But they are blacks, the social media platforms. And I think this is one of the biggest historical diasporas that has come back to us when the president made the announcement of Beyond the Return 2018 in DC, and celebrating Beyond the Return in 2019. We never thought that one of our siblings who was taken away a generation from that, 107 years old, have the passion and the interest to visit Ghana, not only by herself, but also bringing along the younger brother who is also 100 years old. These was the words of Nadia Adongo Musa, the deputy director of the diaspora office.
Yeah.
In the office.
He's the baby brother, Spikes, at 101. He's the baby.
Did I get that right? He said younger brother, not baby brother. That reminds me of the guy that was shot. The guy that was shot with his girlfriend in the car. They were saying that was they were calling him a young man. The guy was about 47, and they were just calling him, I don't know, they were trying to use the name a young man or something like that. But yes, I think there is also a good move, and I do believe they should also have more African countries really just being involved with the return. I believe in Mali. Was it in Mali? Not in Mali. I don't think anyone wants to go to Mali right now. But I think in Benin, yes. The problem is with the instability in these other countries that are near and where people, were taken from during the transatlantic slave trade in West Africa. You see Mali, Benin, Senegal. Senegal is relatively safe and it's stable compared to its neighbors. But go to Burkina Faso, go to Mali, go to Chad, go to all these other West African countries, you will find them having problems with their security. And that is why even when it comes to focusing on now, trying to have, get the African diaspora resettled on the continent, that is now not one of their priorities. Their priorities is really surviving the day without getting shot at. They are not able to, with the way they prioritize matters, having a program to bring back the African diaspora who were taken from the continent is difficult, because they are not even able to sort their own food security problems and security challenges because of the militants. And I know those militants, of course, they are not self-funded. They have actually been funded by powers from Europe, as well as also in Asia and the Middle East. You might call it the Middle East. But let me get a video, Kit. I think, did you send it back? I think, let me just check it. Give me a second. Let me check that video, see what Azo was sharing with the family. I think there's something going on here. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. See if you play it. I don't know what the hell
Let me
it's about.
see. Let me see what's going on. I think it's an ass whooping. I'm not sure who is getting his ass whooped. Is it the Chinese or is it? I think there is a Chinese and an African.
I said show it on the show. I don't know if I told you that I want you to share your screen and show it. I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
The video is not very clear. There is some ass whooping happening here. So I'm not sure whose ass is getting whooped. Is this the Chinese getting his ass whooped, or is it the African brother getting his Chinese whooped? I cannot really tell. I think it's the Chinese who's getting the ass whooped. So let me see. I don't know why there is no sound on this.
It's like the African whipping somebody's ass.
Yeah, they're saying, come. I'm not sure where this was happening, but I would see there is someone getting their ass whooped. So I
got no clue. I don't know where it was happening. I don't know.
Is this a Chinese? I'm not really sure, but there's someone who is getting their ass whooped. I'm not sure whether these are Chinese. I cannot really tell on this video whether it's a Chinese or whether it's an Asian. I think it's an Asian are getting their ass whooped by the African. So I'm not really sure what kind. See this happening in South Africa. It might not be in South Africa. I do suspect it might be in East or West Africa where this was happening. Yeah, so I may not comment a lot on it because I do not have the full context. But let me share this other video that I was talking about in
August 13th, 107-year-old Mother Fletcher and her brother Uncle Red, the oldest living survivors of the Tulsa race massacre, also known as the destruction of Black Wall Street, will be visiting Ghana for the first time in their lives. They will be greeted by the president of Ghana and Ambassador Bennett, head of. On August 13th, 107-year-old Mother Fletcher and her brother Uncle Red, the oldest living survivors of the Tulsa race massacre, also known as the destruction of Black Wall Street, will be visiting Ghana for the first time in their lives. They will be greeted by the president of Ghana and Ambassador Bennett, head of mission, among many others. Wish them a safe journey and let them know that you care by leaving them a personalized message. You can even add images or video for them to see. Click the button below to sign a digital card from Mother Fletcher and Uncle Red. Our Black Truth will be recording this momentous journey and sharing it on the platform for the world to see. To join them on this exciting journey,
Still a good look.
all you have to do.
Shout out to Ghana. Ghana, it's a good look, Spike. It's a good look.
Yeah, it is. I agree. The president says they will be greeted, but also they will also be welcomed by the ambassador. I do not know about the ambassador herself, but I do not see what did happen after that. Did they really? I have not seen whether they recorded them getting there or what did happen with that. I'm not sure how it.
Yeah, they recorded Spike.
We're thrilled.
Just go on YouTube. It's somewhere on that. Yeah, they recorded it. They there. They were in their wheelchairs, wheeling their old ass around Ghana. Say this is the slave castle your ancestors came from. They know I'm from Angola. Well, he's a slave castle. A bunch of other niggas came from.
This is Mother Fletcher. This is Mother Fletcher here. I think this is before she left. This is before she left Oklahoma, and this is what she was saying.
My goodness, we're thrilled to be going on the journey of a lifetime. We're all excited about this coming home to Africa. A dream that I have had now becomes a reality. I want to thank Michael and Eric Thompson of our Black Truth and their team for their arranging this visit for myself and my brother Red and our family.
When Mother Fletcher was asked about her upcoming trip to Ghana, she replied enthusiastically,
"It means the world to me, and I want to see it for myself." I also want to thank Dr. Erica Bennett for hosting our family in Ghana. And I especially want to thank the President of Ghana, the people of Ghana, for welcoming us home with open hearts to the amazing land of gold.
That is what she was saying. I think that is before they left, before they took a tour, and but I like the experience really cannot be compared to anything, and it's really a wonderful experience. At least they did have the opportunity, them being that old and getting this particular opportunity is really something. And I hope they are not being told to go take the job. I hope Nana Akufo-Addo, who is the president of Ghana, will not be telling them anything to do with the job, because if they try to take any job anywhere on their way, I'm 100% sure they will not be returning back. You know, if they want to come back and go
you can't be giving your baby brother that poison. You know, babies got to be looked at even if they're 101 years old.
You know, they might tell them for your travel arrangements, to get the damn job, and you need to get. They would actually be taking that nap even when they are on the plane before they even land or touch down. They would have actually gotten taken the that nap before even landing, if they were to try play around with that job.
Two of our race massacre survivors, as you know, Miss Viola Ford Fletcher, Mr. Hughes Van Ellis, known as Mother Fletcher, and Uncle Red. And we are really absolutely blessed that Michael Thompson of Our Black Truth, he is the chair of Our Black Truth, who got word that when these survivors first had an opportunity to meet Miss Randall, they were asked, what is it that you want to do? And Miss Fletcher said, I want to go to Africa. And she's spoken into existence, and with good people send out good energy. Good people with money come to the rescue.
I am so excited that we are going to Ghana. And Mother Fletcher and Uncle Red, they absolutely deserve this momentous occasion. And it's just going to be wonderful. There's no other way to explain it. And I'm just so excited. I'm just ready to jump up and down, although I'm keeping my composure right now. But just to be able to go with them is such an honor. We have 24-hour doctors and nursing that's going to be with us the entire time. We want to make sure that they are well cared for, just in every facet. We want to make sure they're taken care of. So wherever we go, we're going to have excellent people. We're going to have presidential security as well. So we have no issues with security. Then they're actually rolling out the red carpet for us, where it's going to be pretty much royal treatment. So they're going to be treated as dignitaries. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I've never seen anyone that was not a dignitary treated in such a manner. So I can't even explain just how fabulous it's going to be. When we land, they're going to be treated like celebrities, like royalty. And for the entire time, they're going to be pampered and taken well care of. And they absolutely deserve that. Our goal is to replace some of these horrific memories of Black Wall Street with some great memories. Because Mother Fletcher, Uncle Red, they wanted to go, and we just had to make that happen with no excuse.
And that is exactly, I think, some of the team that was really organizing for this particular tour. You can hear, I do hope that they got this particular kind of a wonderful treatment. And I do see that is a good thing. This shows the Africans on the continent are actually learning real history on the planet. I sure didn't know about Tulsa until 5 to 6 years ago. Same here at Zero Mosquito. I didn't learn about it till maybe about 2 years ago. I hope they know Tulsa was one of the many towns that was destroyed. What I have seen, there is some, for example, when I was moving around last weekend, and there is a place I passed by on Sunday, and I happened to see one of the shops written, the name of the shop was the Black Wall Street. But if you went even into that particular shop and asked people about what did happen with the Black Wall Street or even the Tulsa Race Massacre, they would really have no idea. People like to play around with the phrases, but when it comes to the real information, I don't think we on the African continent will have the full context or the full understanding of also what did happen to these particular people in Oklahoma. But nonetheless, we are winding up. I think this is also a good look, just like Keith says, and I do hope that even more people are allowed to come and tour the continent and also give them citizenship. If I was to be part of government, I would make sure, for example, in Tanzania has vast land. Even if you to resettle, all the African in the diaspora in the USA, for example, put them in Tanzania, there will still be a lot of land to remain. That is just Tanzania alone.
But nonetheless, place of slavery was taken. That was another big port coming from Uganda and Kenya that they took on these Portuguese ships.
Hmm.
They would think it's just West Africa. That's a lie. Tanzania was a port of slavery, and they took them all the way to Brazil, America, and also to the east. So it was slaves. Came out of Tanzania. It's one of the biggest slave ports ever, but no one wants to mention that. If it never happened over there. It was just West Africa. You a damn lie. It was all Africa. That was, wherever you had coastal lands, they went to parts of Uganda, parts of Kenya, and grabbed Africans. Put them on boats. And took them away.
And that is exactly true. That is exactly true. And I do believe that not just Ghana, I do believe more African countries should have the year of return. Not just the year of return, but just allowing, not just one particular year, but just allow people to also come back with a program that will be able to sort of.
I think they're scared, Spikes. They don't. I think they do the PR, but the African diaspora wants to. The African diaspora might want to resettle. They don't want these rowdy Negroes in the country. Giving the population ideals to overthrow these puppets. That's what they work about.
Like I was about Uganda, Uganda has been a home to everyone else, and people coming from Sudan everywhere. And I was just saying, Uganda has been coping just fine. Only that now they might break Uganda's back if they bring the Ghanis and everyone else. They might break Uganda's back. But nonetheless, Uganda is the kind of country that has
I agree with you, Spike. But I'd rather deal with that than deal with these Africans who are going to ask questions and who are ready to fight for Africa. They'll overthrow these puppets. These puppets know that. And the white man told them, hey, you don't want to bring these Africans. They're too rowdy. They're not the same anymore. They're not quiet. They're not docile. They'll overthrow your ass. Yeah, you don't extend no hand to none of them.
That is, I agree, and you are very, very right, inside. So because that is the exact same reason I think they are not allowing the African American to come back, because they will be asking, why are we paying taxes and there is no roads? Why are we doing why is this happening? Not when they ask questions that these leaders, the quote unquote leaders, don't want to answer because they know it's full of corruption and they will be thrown out. That is why they will not dare do that. But nonetheless, family, I want to thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. I do see General Mosquito. Thank you so much for your sentiments.
Much love, family. Hey, General Mosquito, send me your damn address in London so we can get you these hats and t-shirts. Send me your damn address.
He said you can just send it to the Queen. He's saying that you can just send it to the Queen's Courtyard or the Queen's Palace somewhere in the servant quarters.
I don't want General Mosquito to get raped in Buckingham Palace. They'll rape him.
Address it to the palace servant quarters. Just address it to the palace servant quarters. to find him there. And nonetheless, thank you so much, General Mosquito, for joining us on the podcast. We hope that you all kindly send in your details, and Akil will find you. We'll find the address you send you that merchandise. We appreciate you.
Are you trying to say General Mosquito is the one changing the Queen's bedpan at night? Or doo-doo and
That didn't come from me. But nonetheless, family, thank you so much. I hope to join you on the later.